So much drive now.
This is where the video starts.
I can make money from the comfort of my sofa.
What's up, people? So, today we're doing Paladin. We're doing Paladin because I have a powerful Paladin. I have a powerful PLD. And I want to make him more powerful. So we're gonna go ahead and complete the quest, get all our skill points. And I totally forgot when I recorded this that I had already recorded the intro for the Paladin, how to obtain the vocation, if you will. I did that in Monster Masher in a different part, so we're just gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again as Kung Fu Kenny. Kung Fu Kenny's gonna become a Paladin too. You know, we'll have two Paladins, technically three. And yeah, we'll have a good time here. We're going through all 6 steps this time. I'm probably gonna split this up in a couple parts. We're gonna go ahead and discuss the story first. I'm gonna get my story spoiler section, and then we're gonna get into a Reddit story today, which I will probably split into parts, like this Paladin episode. Because it is a long one. It's a doozy. If you guys ever read it, it's kind of a banger, if you will. This is the top 1% of Reddit right now. This is posted on Best of Redditor Updates, and the title is "I'm about to ruin my best friend's life and I don't feel remorse." I'm like, God damn, God, this is pretty crazy. If you don't want to hear it because of triggers, here are some triggers for it. Infidelity, so cheating, emotional abuse, manipulation, and abuse of authority. So, any of those trigger you? Go ahead and step out now. I'll give you some free time to do your thing. Sorry if you needed this video as a guide for the Paladin quest. Just go to Ethan. Just play a different game. Okay, no, I'm kidding. Please play this game. I'm not begging you though. It's fine if I'm the only one, of course, because this is a solo quest. So yeah, we are switching over to our warrior class, and we got to do Whipping Boy on a little monster here to start out with, just like we did last time with the Paladin quest. You guys know, you remember. We're just whipping them boys as Kung Fu Kenny. Which is pretty cool. So, while we go through this first quest, I will go ahead and give my story spoilers. This one is a pretty interesting one. A pretty interesting one. I like the themes here. You know, it's sort of a standing on business one. You know, protecting what you love. And saying what you really mean, you know, when you tell people what you want, you know, it's one of those that are more about self-respect and like a justice kind of thing, you know, like doing what's right? So basically how this goes is you want to be a paladin, so you talk with a guy and he's like, you gotta, you know, prove yourself to me as a strong defender of the people. So you do Whipping Boy, you know, you protect your friends. And then once you become Paladin, you meet this guy. His name is Zabu. He's pretty cool. And he is basically a Paladin for hire at the Gartland Castle. We go up and we help out the lady upstairs, and oh no, her dog has run away or whatever, so we go find the dog. This basically just shows his, you know, his dedication to the Paladin life, essentially, you know? So, you run out, you find the dog, and you find out that Zabu's just, he's that guy, basically. Zabu is the guy that does everything for everyone and asks for 0 things in return. 0 things in return. He's just a good guy, you know? Everyone makes fun of him for it, but he just does his thing. He doesn't care. And essentially, the next couple of quests. So that was the first quest with the dog, right? Where you go find the dog back. And then these next couple of quests are dealing with this little girl. And we are going to, first, we don't know why we're collecting her from this village, this tiny little village, but we go to get her, bring her back to the castle from this tiny little village. And then we give them a little parcel, which we found out later has just a bunch of money in it from the king. And you bring this girl back, and it's like, I don't know, guys. We just paid a lot of money for a little girl. I don't know. It seems weird. But moving on. When she comes to the castle, we have to bring her through this ritual, to become the water queen or whatever. And then we find out while she's doing the ritual that she's actually meant to be here for a sacrifice. She's being sacrificed to like the earth dragon god or whatever. And she says, I'm fine with it. This is I'm happy because we come from a poor village. We didn't have money for anything, and if I do this, then my village will have money. So I'm happy with my life. This is what I want to do. That's what the little girl says, right? All right. So Zabu is not happy with it, obviously, because he's Zabu and he good guy. So he's not happy with this result, but he is basically going along with it because the girl says she's going along with it. He's very like he's holding his tongue, if you will. Um, and so yeah, we do the ritual. She becomes the water goddess. She becomes ready to be sacrificed, right? And then she comes all the way up to the point. We go to the sacrifice. Everyone's rooting against it. And then she sees the dragon right in her face. She's like, well, here I go. I'm going to die. And then she says, I don't want to die. And that's all it takes for Zabu to spring into action. Spring into fucking action. You know what I'm saying? And protect her. And he does. We fight the dragon. We defeat it. But the dragon takes Zabu as a sacrifice instead of the little girl. And he turns to stone. He loses his life. But he dies doing what he loved. Protecting people and standing on business, you know what I'm saying, and doing what he felt was right. So I feel like it's a very good story. I really liked it. It's very heartfelt. This one might bring a couple tears to your eyes. When you play it for yourself. Not now because I'm definitely going to bring tears to your eyes in another way with this crazy fucking story, but. That's basically how it goes. Quest like 2 through 6 are all just dealing with the little girl. While this like first couple ones are with the dog, and then the girl interacts with the dog too, and she stays alive. She's living at the castle afterwards and doing her thing, right? So it's all good. But yeah, Zabu doesn't make it. He is just a distant memory in our minds now. So it's pretty sad. But that's what we're getting into today. Hope you guys got all your cries out. You know, hope you're stable now. Because that was the story spoiler section. And that is the end of it. It's a pretty banger one we're getting into now. I'd say this one, and then I'm doing the what do you call it? The Karamui story next. Karamui story is also a banger, so we'll get into that a couple episodes from now. Probably next episode I'll probably do that, but nevertheless, we have this Reddit story to go through. And like I said, it is a pretty long one. It's gonna fill up most of this episode, I think. And I'll probably have to split it up a little bit, so forgive me if this is hard to watch chronologically, because I'm definitely gonna split this up a little bit. But who cares, Sometimes you gotta make content, you just gotta make stuff for yourself. You just have to produce, and not really care about the quality. I can't give 100% every day, but I can damn sure give fucking 75 or 90 or whatever I'm able to give that day, And some days I'm able to give 110. Some days I'm able to give 115. Some days I'm able to give 200, but, I can't defeat myself for not making a perfect video every time, or not making a perfect song, or not doing some perfect gameplay, or working out and sweating myself out every day, You gotta go easy on yourself. I had that problem a lot with my journey. It's just going easy on myself because I always feel like I'm wasting time. I always feel like Tyler the Creator, like I ain't got time, you know? Um, but speaking of wasting time, I'm stalling. I'm stalling because this story is such a banger, and I honestly want to savor it. I want to savor it. Um, my life is nowhere near this fucked up, and I like hearing about people's lives that are this fucked up. Also, I just want to say this story is definitely why I excommunicated a lot of people in my life, though, because of my fear that people will eventually become like this. I really do believe in what Jay Electronica said in Ezekiel's Will. I believe the quote is familiarity breeds contempt, not gratitude. Yeah. So when you say best friend to someone, motherfuckers will take that for granted for sure. And if you don't set some boundaries, they'll walk all over you. They really will. They really will. You give them an inch, they take a leg, dog. You know. So I'd say moral of this story before we even get started is to just keep your head on a swivel. Be careful who you let in. First of all, we have to choose correctly, but it's very hard for a lot of people. Very hard because we're all lonely. We all hate being alone with ourselves, talking to ourselves, discussing things with ourselves. But if it's difficult, that just means you're going in the right direction. Whatever is hard to do is going to be the most profitable for us. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. We finished the quest. We prayed at the monument. We are now paladins, so we're gonna go back to the office in Garland. Turn in our first quest, and we're gonna switch over to KU. And I will start with this Reddit story. So I'm about to ruin my best friend's life, and I don't feel remorse. My soon-to-be ex-best friend and I have been friends since middle school. We know everything about each other. Our families are basically one big family now. You get the idea. So, like I said, we tell each other everything. Recently, she came to me telling me she's been having an affair for about 4 months with her superior at her new job. She started about a year ago. She told me, not out of guilt, but to brag about the dream vacation she's going on with her AP, disguised as a work trip. I think AP is adult something partner. It's that's the I forget what AP means. I'll figure that out. She asked me to cover for her if her husband asks if we've been in contact because she's planning on going black for that week, so he would have no way of finding out. Yikes. Side note, we've both known her husband since high school. They are high school lovers, so they've been together for almost 15 years. Oh my god. This is why I hate these work bitches. And that's where a lot of relationships come from. But I assure you guys, as a man, as a black man, never choose in the workplace. If you're chosen, sure. Never choose. Never choose. And if you've chosen someone from your workplace, quit. Then go for it. That's my perspective though. Just from my experience, it never works out. I've never seen it work out. Um, and not to say that it doesn't have a possibility to work out for you, but for me, it's not. It's not. I can't work with someone and be involved in a relationship with them. But right now, I'm far too mentally ill to be in a relationship with anybody. Friendship or girl guy wise. Can't happen for me. Can't happen for me. I'm far too mentally fucked up. You guys can probably hear it. You guys probably hear it. But nevertheless, let's continue with this story. This is Abu, by the way. He's pretty cool. I love this guy. I love this guy. So we've met Zabu. We're going to switch over to Caillou. And we're going to continue on with this story. So I told her. Oh wait. Okay, yeah. So let me go back to this paragraph. So yeah, they've been together for almost 15 years. Her husband is one of the most honest, hardworking, genuine people I know. Of course, that's to your knowledge. Of course, he took everything she said about working late in the business trip face value because he trusts her more than he trusts himself. Wow. Yeah, people do think very highly of people they know nothing about. You know, I mean, they've known each other since high school, so with very few details. But from my experience, guys and girls who aren't involved in each other are very easy to just take what they hear at face value or what someone else does at face value, and really dictate in their heads how someone is just from a couple of small actions that they take, Like you can just forget all the bad stuff that people tell you about them and then just only take the good, or forget all the good stuff and only take the bad. It's all your perspective. So I take little facts like that, hardworking, genuine bullshit. Unneeded details. Nevertheless, moving on. I told her I would not be covering for her and to get out of my house because I couldn't even look at her right now. Later, I told her husband everything that happened, and he was just shocked and disgusted. Her husband is basically his best friend now, and of course, he has a lot of loyalty. Has a lot of loyalty to him as well. My husband was pointing out something that I didn't even think of. Our security camera. It caught everything. Oh shit, does it record sound? Okay. That's scary. We plan on going to her husband tonight with the proof. It will be up to him to do what he wishes with it, but he deserves to know. Now, I do agree with this. And I agree with this not only because he deserves to know, but you deserve to get this off your chest. Because having this forbidden knowledge is not good for anyone. I feel like if you find someone cheating, if you catch someone on a lie, especially if they're not remorseful and planning to tell them themselves, you got to spill the beans. There's no way that should be riding on your mental health when you didn't even do shit. Like, that's scary. I guess if you're in on it, then you don't want to tell the person, but why would you be in on this diabolical shit, Do people not value relationships anymore? Is that the thing? Like, why are you with this person if you just want to fuck around with other people? I don't know. I got a very toxic view of relationships, though, so I can't really talk. I mean, I can talk. Of course, I'm talking right now, but can't really get on my soapbox about that too much without sounding very hypocritical. But you're bound to sound hypocritical when you are in yourself a hypocrite. Let's be real here. That is exactly what I am. I'm not gonna hide it. I'm not gonna hide my hypocriticalness from people. I feel like being brutally honest to yourself about what you are is just going to allow you to grow into what you want to be eventually. But you gotta start somewhere, and to have a good foundation that will lead you somewhere actually quantifiable. You got to be honest about where you start. You can't just lie to yourself and be like, I'm the most fantastic person that graced the fucking earth. Because then you're not gonna grow into anything. And I believe I was talking about this in another video as well. That's the problem with a lot of attractive people. They're given so much and they're told so many things about them that are superfluous, egocentric, and they're given a lot of passes, so they don't have to work on themselves. They don't have, like, they have the option, but it's not required. And a lot of people, when the hard work is not required, why would I do it? It's hard work. Hello? No, I'm not gonna do this fucking hard work. It's not required. I'm gonna do what's required, dog. And when you're hot, not a lot is required. Let's be real here. I know it. You know it. But yeah. So yeah, he deserves to know. They're gonna tell him. And then what they're also gonna do. This next paragraph, she says. Secondly, we're taking this to her job, which is good because you're not supposed to fuck your boss. Let's be real. You don't shit where you eat, so it's bad on both of their parts. So they're taking it to the job. As far as I know, fraternization or any kind of any kind is prohibited at her workplace. She was also promoted once by the same supervisor, so this could be seen as favoritism. Our guess is that they will both be fired. Finally, I'm going to send a snippet of her admitting the affair to all of her family, including mine. As I said, our families are very intertwined, so we'll be easily able to contact the majority of her family. I'm not going to give her a chance to spin this against me or my husband. So she's going nuclear. She's going full diabolical with this shit. She's gonna tell family, friends, work. She's destroying her life with this. That's pretty brutal, man. That's pretty metal, actually. Some may think this is harsh, but I wholeheartedly disagree with what she's doing. Yeah. And like I said at the beginning of the story, guys, like, this is why. This is why. You don't need to tell people all your bullshit. You don't need to have best friends. You don't need to have an accountability partner. You don't need any of that shit. Do it yourself. Especially if you're doing crazy shit that you think nobody else is going to approve of or nobody else is doing, you know. Yeah, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Don't ask for permission. Ask for forgiveness. And just do what you're doing. You know, I don't like having friends because a lot of the times people aren't there to push you up when you're crawling, when you're climbing the ladder. People aren't there to push you up. You know, there are going to be some people at the bottom of the ladder that catch you when you fall. People aren't going to climb that ladder with you and help you up. And people above the ladder on you aren't going to reach your hand down to bring you up with them, you know? I know, because I'm on the ladder. I haven't reached my hand down to nobody. Nobody. You know, without being prompted first, you know, like, hey, I need a hand up here. You know, oh, okay, then I'll reach my hand out to you. You know, but like, I know myself, and most people on this self-improvement journey aren't looking for other people to help along with them, you know? And if you are, then you're probably not progressing in yourself, and you're probably realizing, hey, I'm helping all these people up. They're not even helping themselves, and I'm helping them. It's not being productive to me, so like, why am I doing it? So yeah. I don't really value close friends anymore. I feel like at this stage of my life, the next close friend I'm having is probably a wife, probably a long-term partner. Because most of y'all motherfuckers aren't doing shit, you know. And I'm trying to do shit, you know. I'm attempting. I am entering a phase where my goals are more important than myself. You know, I have bigger goals than just my bodily form. You know, I've always had big dreams, but that fear can stop you from doing what you know you're capable of. You know, over here like Kendrick now. I want it all. I want it all. So let's get back to the story, guys. Let's get back to the story. ETA. ETA. Okay, so yeah, this is an edit. I decided to take the advice of some of the commentators and leave it up to her STBX to go nuclear or not. That's the husband. STBX, soon to be X is what that means. If people don't know, our relationship advice acronyms there. So you're gonna leave it up to her to decide to go nuclear or not. As some of you pointed out, he may decide to stay with her, and going nuclear would ruin his life in turn. So yeah, they kind of have to leave it up to the husband to, you know, tell the family, tell the work, all that shit, you know. Because if they tell everybody, yeah, husband's not gonna have any choice but to leave her. I think personally, there's no other choice when someone cheats, you know, especially if it's been established that, hey, we're exclusive. I don't fuck with liars. I don't fuck with liars. You know, it's not the cheating. It's not that you fuck someone else. I don't care that you fuck someone else. You know, you go fuck whoever you want. Just tell me. You know, don't lie and act like, oh, I'm not fucking anybody else. You know. And also just don't be so fucking cocky about it. Like that fucking attitude is disgusting, man. Like just taking advantage of their um good nature, and trust. Just violating the trust, fucking sticking fingers in the trust. That's disgusting. Okay. So, and she's got more here. Back to the story. The other reason is going nuclear and making her lose her job could affect the outcome of the divorce. We still plan to tell him, but we have decided against the other two options for now. I'm going to let the STVX know if she tries to pin this on either of us or tells anyone a single lie. I would do a 180 and go nuclear. Yeah, she has a lot of contempt for this person, I can tell. Like this is not love. This is like a strict sense of justice. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause she in these paragraphs, I just feel like she's just so out to like right a wrong that's not even hers to right. Like she's just like this is how I feel like a lot of cops are for some reason. Like why do you care? Why do you care? It's not your life. It's not your husband. Why do you care? I was reading this story. This is a small little offshoot story, but I was reading this story online on Reddit. Of course, it's the fucking website of the generation here. Gotta delete this app, but whatever. We'll make it productive. But I was reading about this story of this girl on TikTok, who these girls on TikTok, and it's always a thing, man. There's if one stupid girl can make a mistake, three stupid girls can make fucking three times the big mistake. So, three girls, two guys, and they're at the hotel pool, super ritzy fucking place. They meet some worker guys who are there on a business trip, and they all go to the hotel pool. And they have they're all chilling in the hot tub. They start ordering drinks or whatever. They like let's go to the hotel restaurant who's super expensive, and order a bunch of food, put it on the company tab. It'll be super fun. Blah blah blah. They're trying to fuck, of course. There's just some guys. Yada yada yada. They go up to the hotel restaurant. They order a bunch of shit. It's a huge bill, and the dudes bounce after they had already gone up to the guy's room and put all their stuff in there. And only at dinner did the girls realize, oh, hey, these guys are kind of shady. We should go get our stuff from their house. I'm like, well, you left your shit in a random guy's house at a hotel room. It shouldn't be there in the first place. You know what I'm saying? You should take your shit with you wherever you go. I don't understand why people do that. But nevertheless, they go and grab their stuff, and then when they get back, the two dudes are gone. They dine and dash, and then these girls like post a little TikTok like, who are these guys? Because they recorded a video of them. Who are these guys? They left us a big tip or big bill at the hotel. And when in reality, they didn't really. They just linked it to the room number, which they were in, by the way. And they try to make it a whole big spiel thing, like how dare these guys leave without paying the bill. But I'm like, how? I mean, like you're leading these idiots on with the idea of being a single woman, showing them attention, because guys view sex as girls view attention. It's currency. So they think their stuff is already in our room. I got that currency. I got that in the bag. And then when they don't get what they want, of course they're going to fucking, bounce. They don't want to talk to you anymore when you go grab their stuff out of their room. They don't want to fucking, oh God, we got to give these girls attention for no currency in our part. Like fuck that. So obviously the dudes bounce. And girl posted TikTok trying to elicit sympathy. Some people are sympathizing with her. Some people don't. But the main lesson of this story is that she posts like a second one saying like, I only did it because one of the guys is married or may have kids or whatever, blah blah blah, because I saw it on his phone. And they didn't talk about it, but she saw it on his phone. So she's like, he probably has kids or whatever. And then she like brought it up, and he's like, oh yeah, you got a kid or on the way or whatever, blah blah. So that's why she brought it up, because they were trying to fuck, and they have kids or whatever. When in reality they didn't do anything, you know? And I feel like that that feeling that those girls had, that feeling of like I just want them to pay. I just want a wrong to be righted. When in reality there is no wrong that needs to be righted. You know, there's no reason to post this. It's just currency for them. It's just attention, you know? So it's not that I condone cheating. I just don't condone this attitude of you're cheating, so I must destroy you, you know? Like, and that's why I just don't let people in like that. Like, because people will destroy you on the drop of a hat for some stupid shit. Like, I could, and this has happened before where I've gotten caught for like something dumb, like smoking at work. Let's say I'm smoking on the job on my break or something. Somebody catches me doing that, and then they'll just hold it over you, you know? They'll, and not in like a malicious way, but you know, they'll just casually mention it. A lot of people like to do this, you know, like jokingly talk about things you've done or jokingly talk about a fail or a blunder that you've had. And to me, I hate that. I hate when people even mention like positive shit I've done. Just stop fucking talking about me, bruh. Like, but get your name out my mouth. I'm disgusted with it, honestly. And that's just because of my experience with people's comments in like high school and stuff. I just never really took it the right way, you know? No matter what it was, it just always rode on my mind. So um now I just take everything as detrimental. I don't want anybody to talk about me at all, you know? I don't want any comments or anything. I don't care. You know, if anybody says anything about me, I don't want to know it, you know? So yeah, I feel like having this contempt, having this sense of justice, it's the attitude that a lot of law enforcement has, and I just feel like it's not conducive to anybody's health. We're not heroes. We're not main characters in stories. You know, we're just people. People do bad things, people do good things. People just do things. So don't get attached to your self-righteous sense of justice whenever somebody does something bad and your need to right it. You know, karma's gonna get them. Karma's gonna get them. Like, you don't have to go through all this effort and work just to destroy someone because you think that they deserve it. You know, God's gonna figure that out. You know, Source is gonna figure that out. And a lot of people don't have that trust. That's a lot of ego talking. That's a lot of like I am God talking, you know? Scary thoughts, but I feel like a lot of us can fall into that plot line very easily. We gotta watch ourselves.